Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, this is another episode of 94 Feet Podcast. It's your boy Big Zeke in the building. Here, my brother Dre.
Yo, what's good, everybody? Happy Sunday out there to the nation.
I'm here with my brother Kesey.
What's good, good people? It's good to be in the building with
Man.
these
Go ahead.
lifelong friends.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. We've been on a good start today. You like Monster? I thought about it. I just couldn't get with
It's
it.
better than that.
You think so?
100% sure it's better than that. That tastes like Kool-Aid.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I was at the game
And Fuel?
and I got a Sprite. Do y'all know that those Sprite bottles, they add 156 extra grams of sugar?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I am never drinking Sprite again. I only drank like half of it because I was like, bruh, I got it because I thought it had caffeine. Don't hate, because I was a little tired. And I was looking at the bottle. I said, why does this Sprite taste like a bag of sugar?
Well, first of all,
And
it's soda.
And T was like, well, you do know how much extra sugar they add in there.
Sprite has a lot more sugar.
Bruh, 156 grams of extra sugar added. I literally stopped drinking it when I read that.
Are we old? Because we care about the sugar.
Hey,
and
I'm
calories?
just trying to keep my glucose level down, man.
Old.
I ain't
That's old talk. Thank you, Tone. That is old talk. I'm just trying to keep the glucose down.
I ain't trying to be a diabetic, man. I'm trying to do right. Trying to live a long life, man.
Well, the reason I brought this up because I'm on 10. Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, I
Sorry.
did just have a can of Mountain
Whoa.
Dew.
Don't tell people that.
That can of Mountain Dew had less sugar than the Sprite did, though.
No, it didn't.
Yes, it did.
It
You
did.
sure?
By a lot. That's the first thing I looked at. I needed the caffeine, so
Every time I think about drinking just a plain Mountain Dew, somebody told me bat urine or bat pieces.
dump. That was from Pepsi. That was from
No,
Pepsi.
no, that's
That's
Mountain
Pepsi.
Dew.
Pepsi has the bat boo boo,
Allegedly.
and Mountain Dew has bat urine.
One of the two. All
Do
I
But
you,
you
eat,
know-
do you eat ribs?
It's a myth.
Do you eat ribs?
I do, but let's not go there.
Okay, okay.
Let's not go there.
Why?
So everything
Let's
we
not go there.
eat has something that we probably
What does ribs have in it? I
it's
ain't
from
know.
pig intestines. It's the intestines of a pig.
Whoa, it's the rib of the pig.
Damn, that's one hell of a bone.
You talking about chitlins? That's chitlins.
Chitlins, thank you, chitlins. Do you eat them?
I used to. No, I used to. And then somebody I was like, no, they not. Yes, they are.
Pig.
No, they not.
Listen.
Yes, they are.
You see
So-
chillins?
Yeah.
So here's the thing. That's
Hey.
why all the food healthy conscious people are encouraging us to grow our own food, become vegans.
They're losers. I ain't
It's
got
a-
time for that.
Vegan and all that stuff don't even matter, man. It's about all farm to table now to me.
I ain't
If
got
you're
time.
not getting farm to table, you're not getting
First of all,
the
we all
quality
grew
that
up on
people think they are
MSG.
getting.
Okay, we all grew up on MSG.
What is
Maybe
that?
not-
Our parents,
No, it's not MSG.
Our
I'm talking
parents-
about,
our parents
What is
grew,
it called?
our parents grew up on fresh pigs off the farm.
Well,
facts.
most
So you know what I'm saying?
ancestors
why-
had gardens
Yeah, everybody had gardens back in the day.
and grew their kernel. Like, if you ever think about people that would grow stuff, they would always say keep a vial of water
Mhm,
and 3 kernels of corn,
mhm.
because that might be all you have to restart if something happens. So in a world we live in now where I talk to a lot of people that travel often, and they say the United States of America is the worst place for health and food insecurities
We are.
because of how much we pump into our food,
We are.
which is why America, Andre Xavier Douglas, as
Is it
much as
ESG?
he eats chicken, a big piece of chicken will turn me off.
Yeah.
It will turn me off because
They
it
got
looks,
some new artificial chicken coming
it looks
out.
like steroids.
I seen some this show on YouTube. They got this new artificial chicken coming out. They use the antibodies from a real chicken and they cloning it.
That is gross.
It's really cloned chicken.
That is disgusting.
All I know is if it's deep fried,
I'll stick with the salmon.
if it's deep fried or grill, I'm in there. All that other stuff, I deal with that later. I'll deal with the consequences of that stuff later.
You don't say
Yeah, I
that now.
know.
We ain't got much time.
You
We
forgot.
40
You forgot.
plus.
You forgot. He the
I
whole-
got like-
Well,
I
you
got
heard
like
me say
20
we
I got
40
like 20
plus.
I got like 20, 25
Don't
years.
put that on me.
Don't
I
put
got
that
like
on me
20,
either. But I'm
25
saying if he
years.
keep talking about it, worried about that stuff later,
I ain't 40.
yeah,
You what?
in about a month.
Oh my God, man, don't do that.
Look at
Right.
me.
Don't be
You
lying.
40.
If we all 40, you 40.
I'm
We
not
40.
Don't
You
put that on
40.
me.
You 40. He 40.
I'm still in my 30s.
Oh my God.
Claiming it.
Here we go.
Okay. I'm a millionaire. Claim it.
Here we go. Apparently,
All right, then when you get it, don't say nothing.
Oh, God can do everything.
Just
So
give me
God,
my 10% management fees.
God,
That's how I know
I'm
it's a guy.
40, but give me a body of a 20-year-old. And the last thing I'll say on that, because Zeke and Tone both made an old joke. I went to play laser tag on Saturday.
He was tired.
No, we had a whole stretch routine to avoid our bodies hurting, bro.
Jesus.
Oh, it was great
That's
though.
like I know you're old.
iCombat, if you're ever looking for something fun to do, great time.
What was I
A lot
gonna
of
say?
people don't do that.
Black people do that.
Not a lot of us. What was I gonna say? That's a small percentage of us out there. Injury report.
That's it. Well, first of all, hold up, America. What's the score to the Wisconsin Badgers game? The Wisconsin Badgers are down 87-91. Tone, go put that on TV.
That game, it's over.
With it's over.
It's 41 seconds left.
But that's only a 4-point a loss right now.
Injury report: the Boston Celtics are without Derek White.
First of
left
all,
handspring.
know
Out.
your role. That is not your line. Know your role.
Stops Porzingis. Hamstring out. Los Angeles Lakers. Anthony Davis out again.
He's not following the script.
Come on. Don't get him started. Don't get him started.
Finish it. I don't want to do it no more.
Come on, man.
Nope.
Anthony Davis suffered a corneal abrasion
That's why you can't say it right.
See?
on Saturday, day to day.
It's the Mountain Dew.
I know.
Rudy
That's why I
Gobert.
said don't get him started.
Ribs, day to day.
Is he out really?
Oh.
And that is
Rudy.
all we have for our injury report today.
So real quick, Zeke, I don't want to veer from
Also, Giannis Antetokounmpo out today.
your,
I wasn't gonna put him on injury.
Unknown
report, but
sources.
I talked to Woj before I came in. I wasn't gonna put him on injury report because he's day to day, and but apparently
they
he
on
did
here
not.
day-to-day.
He did not play.
he didn't even
today.
show up to the game.
I know, which is weird. He at least show up. Wow.
Mm.
Really quickly, Dallas is up 94-85 on the Denver Nuggets in the fourth quarter.
Hey,
That's the game that came on after the Bucks game.
so
So today-
the sun shines on the dogs behind
That's
one day a week.
To change things,
He used to say that. He used to be his punchline.
to change things up, we literally just came back from the Bucks game today. So we're gonna start Bucks talk first.
Shout out to Dre. You're welcome. Love y'all too. No. Okay.
Can I go ahead?
Go ahead, man.
Thank you. So we just recently came from the Bucks game, so we're gonna start up Bucks talk a little bit earlier than usual. Shout out to
Thanks, Uncle
thanks Dre. Shout out to Dre.
You're welcome.
Yes, tickets,
Thank
man.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It couldn't be done without him. We wouldn't watch no Bucks games if it wasn't for Dre.
Thank you. Thank
We-
you for
we-
being honest.
We wouldn't even know who Antetokounmpo was,
or know how to say it at least.
exactly. So we wouldn't even know who he was. if
Oh,
it wasn't for
yeah.
Dre.
I caught a jacket today, y'all. I caught a Bucks jacket.
Hey, on some real, that's an accomplishment.
It is.
That's an accomplishment because everybody knows they don't come out often.
They don't.
Once a game, and on top of that, they don't be throwing them
Where we sit at.
where
No.
we sit.
And
So-
and usually I don't let us stand. to catch
Exactly. So for Dre to catch one, he don't stand up, he don't move. For him to catch one, it had that was God. That was God. Let me go get this man.
It was
this
faith.
You know what's funny? If you were sitting there, you would have caught it because I was sitting in your seat when y'all left. So they tossed it to my seat.
I was gonna put this out here. So it's your fault. It's your fault
How's it my fault?
because I went with you to go get the taco.
I didn't make you go.
I
Did
swear.
I put a gun in your head and say, "Come on, let's go get tacos"?
This is ridiculous. I just can't believe.
And
So
the
you
time
sat in my seat, and you caught it.
I did. Well, I sat at my seat. First of all, let's not. I sat in my seats, but I happen to sit in the chair you are using today.
I didn't walk into that. It's just that you know what it was? No, because Dre got to add extra sauce on it. That wasn't even a sauce necessary moment. He didn't need to add sauce on
Badgers
that.
lose.
Let's go. They lost.
Yep.
But you know what? Shout out to the Badgers and
They'll
Marquette.
still make the tournament though.
They'll make it. They won't be a 1 or a 2. But they both made it to the finals of their respective conference. We gotta show them some love. We got to show the Wisconsin Badgers and the Marquette Eagles some love because they made it to their respective conferences. It is March Madness, but let's get back into this.
No, really quickly. Do you think Marquette is gonna make the bracket?
Marquette will absolutely make the bracket. They won't be one or two.
You know what? This year in NCAA,
Wisconsin will make it too. They won't be
so?
one or two. Yeah, they got to. They made it to the finals of their tournament game. But I'm not picking either to get out of the first round.
Ooh.
Marquette disappoints every year. One and done last year.
Oh, they were one and done last year.
Year before, they were one and done.
They were one and done year before that. Wisconsin, I always hate to get my hopes up. I think I said this between us. I was like, man, I hate Wisconsin Badgers basketball. Make me itches, and I hate watching it.
Wisconsin sports period will have you so upset. Packers every year. Brewers.
No, I smile about that.
If the Brewers,
man, yeah, you're right. Brewers,
dude, their preseason is terrible.
The Brewers,
yes,
they usually start out rough like that.
No, the Brewers
they
start off good and then they fall off
right around
All-Star break.
Right around August.
So what you saying? They just gonna fall off from the jump?
They're bad. I don't think the Brewers have won a game yet.
Preseason, I don't expect us to win. I'm just saying, like you said before, every year we start off high, and then right around August we're like, okay.
After All-Star break, we take a dive. But let's get to this NBA.
But yeah, let's go ahead and get started with Bucks talk. We watched. First of all, they beat the Suns today.
130 to 119.
No, 140 to 129.
Really? They scored 10 more points.
Yes, they did.
Okay.
And a leading scorer. This is the surprise part. Bobby Portis came through. Bobby. He came through with a 31-10, 5 for 5 from 3-point.
Off the bench.
13 for 20 for for field goals range, but he was 5 for 5 for 3-point range. Damian Lillard came behind him with 31, and Middleton on his return had 22. So this is an all-around good game for the Bucks.
With no Giannis.
Yep.
Now, here's the thing.
Jay Crowder had a good game too, though.
Jay Crowder did have a good game. He had 18 4 for 6. The Bucks as a whole was shooting 58% from 3-point range.
But that's when they're dangerous.
Exactly.
But when they ain't hitting.
And I thought, because they missed the first 2 3-pointers, I was like, oh, this is one of them games. But then they started lighting it up in the second quarter. Now, here's the thing. We should have blew them out by 20. They cut it down to 10, and then Doc kind of reeled us back in.
And then it was even down to 5.
They came to 5 or 6. What is your overall feel going into? By the way, I was going to put this out here. Kevin Durant had 8 points. He had 11. 1 for 3, 4 for 10 for field goal range, 1 for 3 for 3-point range.
But
it was Beal.
You also got to mention this here.
Dame Lillard was the first Buck ever with 30 points and 15 assists in a game.
That's it.
But hitting all those threes a help.
Yeah. So I'm going to say this. As a Bucks fan against a team in the Western Conference, I am very happy about this win. Mm-hmm. But let's celebrate, but let's not hold on too tight because for 2 reasons. First of all, I'm going to say this. Other than Giannis, Bobby Portis is the most consistent player on the Bucks.
Recently.
Since the All-Star break, he has been the most consistent player. He is averaging a double-double off the bench, a high double-double. And he doesn't even play that many minutes, right? He sat most of the third quarter, most of the first quarter. And so Bobby Portis, if he can stay consistent, we are in good shape. But here's my problem. I am afraid to admit this, but I believe that there may be a chemistry issue between Giannis and Lillard. Because when they're on the court together, it feels like Dame doesn't have that spark. It isn't.
He does. I've seen it. I'm going to tell you what it is.
What?
Middleton. When you need someone to stop the bleeding, because when the Bucks were struggling with a basket, you can give Middleton the ball in the half court, and he can create his own shot.
Yeah.
He has a nice turnaround. He got a mid-range jumper. He also can step out to the 3. Middleton is the difference. He takes off pressure off of Dame, and he also takes pressure off of Giannis because now you can't double Dame. Now you can't double Giannis because Middleton, you can't leave him open.
I don't think he would have had 22 if Giannis would have played.
Who?
Middleton.
I can see that. I don't think Bobby has 33.
That's true. I'll give you that.
I can see Middleton still having his, but Giannis doesn't. I mean, Bobby doesn't have 33 tonight.
You know what's funny about
And I
that?
think Jay Crowder doesn't get his 18. He gets about 10, 12.
He barely gets minutes.
And he didn't play in the third quarter.
He did.
Mm-hmm.
And he still ended up with almost 20.
Let me ask y'all this question because I noticed this. The Bucks bench. Because let's say if we have an 8-man rotation, what are you looking at as far as off the bench? As far as give me a 5-man row, 5 guys off the bench who are critical to this run and going into the playoffs
So for the Bucks,
Pat.
for the Bucks.
Pat Connaughton
So let's figure this out. Who's the starters? Who we gonna put as the starters?
off the bench.
No,
started.
starting
Giannis
For the Bucks
Giannis-
for the playoffs?
Giannis,
Middleton, Dame.
Giannis, Middleton, Dame,
Brooke,
Brooke.
It is either got to be
Beasley.
Crowder or Beasley.
It's Beasley.
Beasley.
It's Beasley.
It's Beasley.
Beasley.
Yep.
So then you got Crowder, Pat,
Warriors,
Bobby,
Pat.
Pat, Green.
No, you said Pat twice.
Oh,
Pat.
Pat Connaughton and Pat Bev.
Oh, okay, Pat Bell. I'm sorry.
Pat and Pat, Crowder, Bobby, and probably Green or Gallinari.
So this is okay.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Gallinari. He didn't even get
He
in
didn't
today.
get in today.
And to your other
Everybody
point,
like Green.
Beauchamp is not on the active roster.
He's not. Now here's the thing about Beauchamp. Beauchamp was hurt today. That's why he wasn't on the active roster. But he has been going
No,
back and
he's
forth.
not even listed on the Bucks official roster on the team page.
Oh, because he over in G League killing it. But everybody like AJ Green for some oddball reason. Tell me why.
Because
I
he
don't.
tends to be a sharpshooter. He sort of reminds me of an off-brand Mark Price. When he's fire, that ball's going in. But when he cold, man, he cold.
Is he a difference maker though?
So when I look at AJ Green, I look at a player that can come in the game to help a lead stay, but it has to be a strong lead.
So is he kind of like a in a Steve Kerr kind of role where you need him to knock down some shots?
Steve Kerr made things happen. Steve Kerr was the point and shooting guard. Steve Kerr brought the ball up sometimes. Steve Kerr created openings, or he was always open. So I wouldn't quite say Steve Kerr.
I'm thinking he
But Green is open too. That's what he does. He
who's the
shoots open
guy?
shots.
Who's the guy in Miami? Duncan.
Duncan
Robinson.
He's the Duncan
If
Robinson.
you need a couple hot ones here or there, but here's the thing: the Bucks' problem is consistency.
Yeah,
Right? They're not
but that's
consistent.
across the whole league though.
Yeah,
Nobody is really as consistent unless you're the superstar.
yeah. And even
I'll give you
then,
that. But
and
as
even
a
then,
team, I'm talking about consistent teams.
There's none.
There are.
Look at the records. The records speak for themselves.
Denver Nuggets are
Denver,
consistent.
Joker's consistent.
I just said, except for the
Boston
superstars.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Well, even Boston's players aren't consistent.
yeah, they are.
No, they're
Jason
not.
Tatum is not consistent.
They're
No,
the-
he
they
is
have
not.
the best record in the league for a reason.
But
Drew
the
Holiday is
players
not
aren't
consistent.
consistent. When I'm
Jason
talking,
Tatum is consistent.
he's not.
He's
Jason
consistent.
Tatum will score 30 or 40 and then score 19.
Jason Tatum is consistent.
That's not. He's not.
He's very
Drew-
consistent.
He's
Drew
not.
Holiday will score 17 today and then score 2 tomorrow.
For the next week.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Y'all saying he's not consistent? Then how is the number one team in the league right now?
Because they have a great bench.
Their bench is horrible.
Their bench is not that bad. Their bench is not that bad.
Name three.
And I'm not saying that
name three players off their bench.
hold tight. I'm not saying that Boston is that means they're bad. It just means we see games where Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum aren't giving you the superstar resume during the game. They're giving you role player vibes, and that's okay because Dame does it too. Dame scored 31 tonight. He's subject to score 11 tomorrow.
Very true.
That's all I'm talking about. Inconsistent. That doesn't mean they're bad. It just means that there is no players out here, in Kesey's point, that will give it to you every night except for Joker. Joker's about the most consistent. Even Giannis has some inconsistent games.
No.
Not many. Oh, he does, but not many.
Joker has had some low games where he has like 12, 14 points.
Yeah, but there's still a double-double.
Giannis does too, though.
So
Giannis gets his double-double every night.
then there's no exemptions to players having off days.
Everybody has them now.
Yeah. So I like
But that's always been a part of the game. It's just more noticeable now because we get to see more games.
I like the win for the Bucks. especially against Phoenix, because we beat them for the title. And as much as I like Devin Booker as a player, I hate Devin Booker when he plays the Bucks because he's a crybaby, a borderline cheater.
I think Devin Booker is the biggest crybaby in the NBA. Don't nobody talk about it.
Him and Chris Paul.
I will say this: Devin Booker is the only person left from that finals team.
Good.
I thought was very interesting.
Yep.
Why?
Why do I think that's interesting?
Yeah.
Because I feel like they had something there and they didn't.
They traded it all for KD.
That's the one thing. But number two, I feel like they had something there, and they but the year after they went into the Bucks, I think Dallas put them out. I think the year after that, something else happened. So like is like they fired Monty, and then they fired Monty and they picked the player over him, which is DeAndre Ayton, and then they traded Ayton a year later. I'm like, what was the point of trading Ayton? I mean, what was the point of firing Monty Williams?
Well, because Monty went and got paid.
He did. So it's just one of them things.
Is Monty happy with that?
I just felt like that. I felt like what?
Is Monty happy with that? You think?
Did you see Detroit?
Do you see how much money he got?
Derek White, Al Horford.
Derek White start.
No, he doesn't. Drew Holiday starts.
Oh, it's Derek. No,
Derek White plays it too.
Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown.
Oh, he might be right.
Drew Holiday.
Porzingis and what's it called?
Porzingis and Davis, right?
Not Davis. It's Hartford.
Hartford,
Porzingis, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Drew Holiday. You're right.
Yeah.
White is coming off the bench.
Yeah. So they're, consistencies are a part of the game. I love the win for the Bucks because it was a statement win because KD was on his money.
KD was not on his money.
Where are the stats? What were their big three stats?
11, 9, and 4.
Yeah, what?
11, 9, and 4.
The person the team who was balling for them, who was balling for Phoenix was Bill 28. Not Drew.
Grayson Allen.
Grayson Allen had 25.
Yep.
And then Booker had 23.
So KD was quiet.
KD was real quiet. I think that's why we won. I ain't gonna.
You have to. Yeah.
I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
That's why we won. KD was not,
because we were up about 26 at the half.
26 and a half. They came back, cut it to like 5 in the third quarter.
Yep.
And we kind of. I like this. What I like, because right now, I think I said this while we were watching the game. No 20-point lead is safe.
No
30-point lead is safe.
Not in the era of three.
You have to be literally destroying a team by like 50 in order for like, all right, let's take out the starters. Because I feel like
White does start.
He does start. So who's their starting lineup? White,
Holiday, Horford, Tatum, Brown.
So then Tatum is at the 4?
So Porzingis didn't play the last game, so maybe that's why.
Yeah, that's why he didn't start then.
Let me go back a game or two.
Porzingis usually starts.
He sure does when he's not injured.
And so my thing is but yeah, this is to me the difference was like KD wasn't getting off, and then
But can we say that's because of defense? Because the Bucks played a great defensive game too.
This what I
except the first quarter. First quarter, the defense was like.
This what I say to that. This what I say to that. If KD wanted to, he could have scored 30 on us. If he wanted to, because he hit some tough shots.
Not necessarily.
No, 30
easily.
Every shot he took, he made. But like I said, I don't think he was feeling it today. He only took 10 shot attempts. He only took 10. And I think he was 1 for 3 for 3-point range. Grayson Allen took 14 shots. He was 8 for 14. Then he was 6-11 out of 11 threes. Devin Booker was 0 for 5 for 3-point range.
So White is the starter. Horford isn't the starter. It's Porzingis, Tatum, Brown, Holiday, White. Everybody else come off the bench.
So you mean Tatum starting at a 5? I mean a 4.
Yep, Tatum, Brown got the 4.
Ooh, I don't like that.
But you got to remember, they 6'8", 6'9". Both of them.
Soft, though. Tatum soft.
But today's forwards,
that's true.
They can guard them.
It must be that got to be a mismatch for the typical forward. That's a mismatch for Jason Tatum. That's why he getting. Oh, that's why.
That's why he getting his numbers.
That's why he getting his numbers. This is a mismatch.
Because it's going to be either a mismatch for him or it's going to be a mismatch for Brown.
Okay, hold on. One of the two. You mean to tell me when they play the Bucks and they're fully. They're fully at capacity. They're going to put Jason Tatum at the 4.
They played their full roster when they played the Sixers. It was Brown, Tatum, Porzingis, Holiday, White. Hauser, Horford, Pritchard, Cornett, Brissett. Everybody else came off the bench.
I don't like that. I can say I don't like that. I'm going to say that's.
But they create a mismatch automatically to start the game because how many forwards can actually guard Tatum?
You're right. But I'm saying on the defensive end, Giannis should be having his way with Jason Tatum.
No, because they put
Jason Tatum can hold his own though.
But see, that's what they
Against Giannis?
Jason, listen, just because a player can hold his own doesn't mean the other player's not good. You know how many players held their own against Mike? Reggie Miller, John Starks, Joe Dumars. They held their own. Jordan still did Jordan, but they held their own. Dominique. Okay, Jason Tatum can hold his own. It just means Giannis gets the best of them.
Kesey, how are you feeling about the Bucks and this lineup?
The Bucks and they lineup?
Yeah. Because I'm talking about the bench because I feel like the bench is going to be something that we're going to have to look into going into the playoffs.
I think as long as Middleton is back, the Bucks are tough.
Are you saying that's the
I think
difference maker?
our Achilles is not having Middleton, and as you've seen, like today, even having Middleton back without Giannis is a difference maker for the Bucks. He's your perfect half court offense. He can run the pick and roll. You can throw it to him on the block, or you can have him spot up and shoot.
That's true.
In a half court, if you can do them you can get them three things from one person, you got a mismatch.
That's true.
Because anybody who's guarding him cannot double down, which opens up lanes for Giannis, which opens up lanes for Dame.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So Middleton is our key to winning another championship. Even though I said trade Middleton, but the only reason I said trade Middleton is because of what we're going through with him right now. Injury prone. It wasn't what he's capable of doing. It was every time I turn around, he injured.
That's true.
So that what was killing us. Like, you need him. He's our half-court offense.
So do you think, because I feel like this, the Bucks, especially with Giannis being hurt, Giannis has an injury that is kind of lingering, and it could linger into the playoffs. Do you think we can, with a healthy Middleton, you take our Giannis out the equation with a healthy Middleton, let's say Eastern Conference Finals, can he get us to the Eastern Conference Finals?
No.
Middleton?
No.
Middleton and Dame together?
Yep.
No. Simply because between the two of them, there's not enough consistency.
I'll say this. Giannis doesn't have to be 100%. He can be 75.
I don't want him 75, though. That's what I'm saying. Like,
but as long as Giannis is 75, he'll play.
Are you saying we good with him 75, though? That's what I'm saying.
We're valid with him 75.
I mean, we won the championship with him 75%.
So he didn't play because of a hamstring injury.
And hammies are not super aggressive.
They're not, but they can linger.
You just gotta let him rest, and that's probably why he didn't come to the game. He probably just rested today.
So coming up,
it's one of those things like if you don't rest it, it will like you said, it will linger on and get naggy.
Coming up Wednesday, the Bucks play the Celtics. This Wednesday, the Bucks play the Celtics in Boston. I would guarantee Giannis suiting up for that.
That's right. If they play this Tuesday against the Boston Celtics,
Wednesday,
that's probably why he didn't suit up.
They're playing. That's a game on national TV. That's on ESPN. They play Thursday against Brooklyn, so they got a couple back-to-backs. Then they play at home next Sunday against the Oklahoma City Thunder. And then the Lakers. The Bucks, literally, there's 12 games left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 14 games left. And in terms of home games, there's
the season ends in
7
April.
home games left.
Season ends in April, though, right?
April 14th is the last game of the season.
So we got like a month of basketball.
We got how many home games left?
7.
I gotta get my boy in the game.
They got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 home games left. 8.
Let me ask you this question. Right now, the Bucks are sitting at the 2 seed. Out of these 4 teams, because these are the 4 teams playing for the play-in, and the winner of the play-in that gets the 7th seed and then the 8th seed. Who don't you want the Bucks to play?
The Pacers.
I'm going to tell you who the 4 though: 76ers, Miami, Chicago, Atlanta.
We could beat all those. We could beat all those.
The Heat is tricky.
We can beat the Pacers too, if you ask me.
I wouldn't want to see them in the first round. Is what I'm saying.
saying-
You don't want them
No.
to work that hard.
The Pacers don't want to see us first round because the dude who always has a career night on us just had a season-ending injury.
Therese Halliburton.
That's hilarious.
No.
I forgot his
Macklin.
name. Macklin.
Oh.
Like that.
Did he?
He been having a career game on us every game he played us. Every game he played us.
They do make him look like an all-star.
He had a career game on us every game he played us this season.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes, go back and look.
That's too heartbreaking. No, but right now,
Cowboy
so-
season.
it was uncalled for. It was really uncalled for.
Shout out to the Green Bay Packers making moves
I'm
in this off season.
gonna chuck that up to the Mountain Dew. But the 76ers, I ain't worried about them. Miami can be tricky.
Mm-mm.
Chicago, I'm not worried about them.
Mm-mm.
Atlanta, low key, can be tricky.
In
When
fact, I'm gonna
Trey will
make-
be back.
I'm gonna make a prediction.
What?
I think after this season, Miami moves on from Jimmy Butler.
No,
Okay.
you think so?
But who did they bring in to replace him?
Somebody will trade for Jimmy.
Like who?
A young team.
Young team, even a seasoned team. I can see the Clippers getting involved for Jimmy. I can see perhaps Boston getting involved for Jimmy.
What the Bucks getting at? Would you want to see Jimmy here?
no,
No, I don't.
I
for
wouldn't
who?
mind seeing Jimmy here. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, for Middleton and some change.
No,
Who you getting rid of?
I don't know, but it wouldn't be Middleton.
All I'm
Why?
saying is the Miami Heat, when they have their first round exit this year,
I don't know.
I am predicting the Miami Heat may part ways with Jimmy Butler.
Well, first of all, I'll say this: they'll make the playoffs.
They'll make the
But-
play in.
Well, if they make the play.
Has Jimmy been mediocre this year?
Jimmy has not been great. He's not been super.
He has been very mediocre this year. I'll say he's been very
He
mediocre
has
this
been
year.
very.
Maybe
But Jimmy
maybe-
is also at that point where he can turn into playoff Jimmy.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe Uncle Jimmy's slowing it down during the season and then waiting to the playoffs to turn it up
Exactly.
all the way through because that's the only thing that kills him in the playoffs every
All
year.
right, real quick.
He runs out of energy.
Real quick, in breaking news, it's sports. The NCAA has released their bracket.
We're not gonna do the whole bracket.
We're not. We just want to look at the number one,
I just,
the top four. We just want
Okay.
to look at the top four. The number one seed is UConn.
no
That's-
surprise.
I was going to say that shouldn't surprise anyone. Let's see here. That's all that really matters is that UConn is the number one seed. This article is a little hard to read here. It looks like
It should be UConn, Houston,
let's see here.
Purdue,
UConn's number one. I would imagine Purdue.
and North Carolina. That's what it should be.
That's what it should. I would agree with that. I would agree with that. But I wanted to share that because this is a basketball show, and here's why that's important, America. Like, why are y'all saying off topic? Because this is how we create. Yep, this is how we create summer content, right? And this is how you can see possible NBA talent for the future. You know, one of the things I love to do every summer is to go to the NBA Summer League. And
We get it, Dre.
There-
You got tickets to the air. We got airplane tickets. We get it.
I've invited you both, so you got these. So it looks like UConn. It looks like UConn over there. Who's number two, Kesey? Oh, thank you, Tom.
Oh,
They're going as they go. So UConn's number one. That's all we know for sure. And is that Auburn? Is they?
Auburn got 4.
I was gonna say they got 4.
BYU got 6.
This is just the East.
This is just the East. Yep.
Oh.
But that's a big deal. That's a really big deal. So for anyone that
We'll
wonders
update.
how this relates to what we're talking about, the March Madness tournament is a great predictor of the NBA draft
Hmm.
because John Morant was a no-name Until when?
So was Steph Curry.
He put Marquette out in the NCAA tournament. Memphis wasn't even heard of as a college.
Davidson wasn't heard of either until Steph put on the show in the tournament.
That's what I'm saying.
Mhm.
So this is a great indicator of what
Baylor-
the NBA draft and the future of the NBA might look like. So check out the bracket show. It's live right now.
Illinois got in.
Illinois,
Number
the
three.
Illini, they won.
They got number 3.
They won. They should have.
So the Badgers should get in. If they got number 3 and they play the Badgers in the championship, the Badgers are in.
Well, I don't know because Auburn is 4. I don't know. There's only 2 spots left in the East, right, Tone? And so that if Wisconsin doesn't get in the East, that means they're not in it, right?
No,
you got the whole bottom bracket too.
They do have the bottom.
They got
You're
the
right.
East, West, South, and Midwest.
Yep. So, we're watching this closely, but folks, pay a lot of attention to that because, again, the next NBA superstar might be right here in this March
Bracket.
Madness pool. So,
It won't be Bronny.
Who knows?
USC's not making the tournament, bro. They're not.
You never know.
They're not.
That's how I know. They're not even close to making a bracket.
You know what team shocks me every year? BYU must really have a good basketball squad.
You know what's funny about BYU? They're
The most Christianest of
they're
Christians.
private. They're a private school though.
Yep.
And I think in their division, it's not a lot of comp.
Yeah.
That's
So-
what I think.
So back to your questions about earlier. I don't fear the only team in the East that concerns
No, I'm just
me.
saying out of those 4 teams, first round,
We'll
you're
take
good.
them all.
You're not worried about nothing.
None of them. Nope.
Even
none of 'em.
Miami?
None of them. In fact, the Bucks have the ability to sweep
But-
all of those teams.
But they were just talking about this. I was watching an episode where it was like if Washington State gets in, USC can still get in. And Washington State is in. I'm looking at right there.
Are you
USC
saying
is
USC
not.
has an opportunity to
Yeah,
get
they
in?
still got an opportunity to get in. That's you never know
Let me ask you a question really quickly, Keezy.
because who makes these decisions?
They have a committee.
Okay.
So let me ask you a question, Keezy. Number one, would that be good for television basketball?
Yes.
it would. Yes, it would. I'm
For
not
the
gonna hold you.
NCAA
That would be-
Bronny in the
that's a good look.
tournament
That's a good look.
is
Cash money. In the
money.
word,
It's kinda
where's
good.
the Giannis?
because you
Cash
know
money.
because you know Bron is gonna show up at some point.
That's very true. Let me ask you a question though. Do you think he has a second gear that's going to make a difference, or are you just using him as a?
So here we go. Listen to this. USC in their loss to Arizona, they are no longer eligible for the tournament, ending its NCAA tournament hopes and season.
Okay.
So USC will not make the tournament,
Oh, okay.
which is probably
But-
good because now we can focus on
They'll-
real basketball.
They'll be in the NIT tournament.
Yeah.
Fine. They'll be
Yeah,
But
in
my
that
only
thing.
thing, okay, I am sick of people. I'm tired of people saying Bronny is not that good.
Trash.
Listen, Bronny is a
Trash.
No, he's a team player.
Yeah. What?
He's a team player.
Casey, you have a
Can I
great
be-
career in politics.
Can I finish
you be-
talking? Can I
No,
finish?
go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I'm just being real.
Go ahead.
Think about it. He's not really out there trying to dominate the game. He's just doing everything he can to be the best teammate he can be. Look at it how he play.
Let me ask you a question. What do you
If
think is
Bronny
the-
decides to be I or me player, you'll see a different player that everybody is looking for.
I'm gonna say
But
this.
that's not how his mentality is. He's like his dad.
no soundbite.
LeBron is a what?
He's a team player.
He's a team first
He's the
player.
GOAT too. He's the second GOAT too. So-
My thing about that
I'm
is
gonna
this.
say this, and
No,
I don't
hold
want no
on, real quick. My thing
soundbite.
about that
Let
is
me-
this though.
I'm
That's
just
what
saying.
LeBron can score 30 and still be a team player.
Because I think you'll appreciate this.
What?
No soundbite. Please don't. But I'm going to say it. Bronny James is an undersized, overrated player with a popular dad. Okay?
Shots fired.
And I'm saying that to say he still deserves a chance.
He's a
yes.
6'4" point guard.
But let's take this. I'm saying that to
mean?
say, let's take this pressure off of him.
No.
Let's take this pressure off of
Because he
him.
said
No.
because he said undersized. He's 6'4", play point guard.
He's undersized.
What do you
By
think Steph
today's
is?
NBA standards,
How?
Bron-
What do you think Steph Curry is?
Bro, have you seen Bronny standing next? Have you seen Bronny standing? Okay, let's not compare him to Steph ever.
I'm saying. I'm just
Uh,
saying. I'm just saying.
Bro.
Height wise,
Okay,
I'm trying
Zeke,
to
stand
give
up.
an example.
Zeke,
Somebody,
stand up. America, watch this on TV. Stand up. This is LeBron. This is Bronny. This is how they shape up next to each other.
I'm gonna
Can
give
you-
one better. This is Bronny, and this is his little brother.
So I'm saying that to say, and I'm not knocking him. I'm saying that to say, unfortunately, America has put way too much pressure on Bronny.
No.
Bronny does not deserve all the hate that people are giving him.
Yes, he does.
No, he does not.
Trash.
People are cruel, but we need to take this pressure. Bronny James one day will be NBA ready, but I do not believe he is NBA ready now.
I believe he will be NBA ready too in year 4 of college when they kick him out.
He should play all 4 years of college.
He should play all 4-year college, and he should take
and get a degree.
And he should take advantage of the 5th year if it's an option. The point I'm making is this: trash.
You bogus.
But what makes him so trash?
What doesn't make him trash?
Show back up for me.
Because he's not putting up 34 a night.
Okay.
Now, I ain't gotta say. Here's the thing: I'm expecting him to put up 34. I'm not expecting him to put up 24. At least give me 15. Give me 15.
You gotta remember too, Bronny's on a stacked USC. You can't tell because USC's
They're
not that
stacked.
good.
They are.
They are.
They have one of the best players in high school playing alongside him. That should have been a nice 1-2 punch.
You
but it
forgot
wasn't.
he just got. He would. Did you forget?
I know. I forgot about this. I'm giving him a little bit, and I mean a little bit of grace. But once you step on that court, I don't care about that. Don't step on the court then. Take a year off.
He's playing on a stacked team.
So what that mean?
Because they got 2
Because
guards.
Bronny started the season off starting, then they put him on the bench.
No, he did not.
He did.
He did not.
He did not even
He
start
was going to come into the season starting if he didn't have that cardiac arrest. He was coming into the season starting.
You just made
based
that
off
up.
his name
You
alone.
made that up.
But
And
even,
it was like,
but
you
even
ain't ready.
But even if he did come in,
Mhm.
he only came in off the bench because he wasn't in the rotation the first 20 games because of his heart condition.
I get that.
So you can't bring him in the starting lineup, and it is an adjustment.
So
When a team of when players
So,
have been playing
let me ask you a
together
question.
already,
So I'm gonna ask you a question. When we gonna call it?
When he doesn't get drafted,
I want to call it beforehand.
because I don't think he's gonna get drafted if he does come out.
He's definitely not getting
Well,
drafted.
his agent, Rich Paul, has already said the
Well,
only way that Bronny comes out is that specific teams are looking at him and guaranteeing a draft.
Let me tell you something. How cocky and arrogant that is.
That's
what
not
do you
cocky or
mean
arrogant.
he coming out
That's not cocky.
They say they kind of worded around him. He's looking at teams, not looking at draft.
That
picks.
because they know he's
You think you is?
the son of the
This ain't
greatest
free
player to ever
agency.
play.
don't that make sense? You looking at a team that's trying to recruit you.
I love it. That's smart.
That's smart.
That's smart.
From a business aspect, it is.
Go to the next topic, man. Come on.
I'm just saying he's trash.
Go to the next topic.
Trash.
he better than you.
Maybe
Really quickly.
at 40.
At 40, thank
No.
you. At 40.
At that same age, when you
know
was
what's
that
funny?
age, you
I
couldn't
would-
even
no,
dunk.
I want to ask you a question. I meant that. I didn't ask this. I didn't ask this while we was at the game on
You
purpose.
can't dunk now. You couldn't dunk back then.
I can. Let me tell you something.
You
Do
six-
you think
6'5" and up.
No, you was talking trash? No, Kesey was talking trash. Kesey was talking trash about Giannis' brother. I could dunk on both of y'all back then. I can still do it now.
I'm not in denial.
You've never dunked the ball and you 6'5".
You never dunked the ball. What are you talking
I
about?
have dunked the ball. I got a video of it.
The fact that you have to bring out a video of it lets us know that you didn't dunk the ball. What they get? Number 5?
Number 5, like we imagined. Yeah.
I don't like that matchup.
Oh, because they'll lose to Duke. They'll lose to Duke.
I think they lose the first round.
To
Not-
James Madison,
not-
bro. Number 12.
Not
They have.
if Vermont beat Duke, because Duke ain't been consistent either.
That's very true.
Houston, number 1. No surprise there.
Texas Tech and NC State will be a great game too.
That's Nebraska.
That's 8 and 9. That's 8 and 9. That could go either way.
That'll be
I'm
a good
going-
game. I like Texas
Hey,
Tech though.
I'm going Nebraska.
We should have
To
a
beat
94
Texas
feet.
A&M.
We should
Oh,
have
you
a,
talking about Texas?
we should
Tech.
have
I'm sorry.
Tony, we should have a 94 feet plus tone bracket
Oh,
challenge.
Kentucky coming out of this bracket.
No, they're not.
No.
They got Oakland first, and then they got the winner out of NC State and
Texas Tech?
Texas.
Stranger
Okay,
things
Kentucky-
have happened.
Kentucky gonna beat Oklahoma, and North
Oakland,
Carolina State is
Oakland.
gonna beat Kentucky.
That's Oakland. Yeah.
Oh, it's Oakland, whatever.
Yeah,
Either
yeah,
way,
yeah, yeah.
they're gonna lose.
Yeah.
Kentucky is gonna win that game, but they're gonna lose to North Carolina State.
Stranger things have happened.
Duke is gonna lose to Vermont. James
You
Madison,
got Duke losing in the first round?
Yeah. James Madison is gonna beat Wisconsin, and then Nebraska is gonna beat Texas A&M.
Wow.
And I'm going Houston. I'm going Houston to win this bracket.
So, ladies and gentlemen, Tone, keep watching. Let us know what Marquette makes. We're looking to see what Marquette has placed. I got Marquette coming in at the 5.
I got Marquette coming in at the 3.
No, they didn't win the championship, so there's no way for them to come in at the 3.
They can't come in at 3.
No, they can't.
Yeah, they can.
No, they can't. They could probably come in at 4 and 5, but not 3. They didn't win their championship.
Just because you win, that Kentucky didn't either. They came in at 3.
That is true.
Marquette coming
true.
in at 3. 3.
Hey, what?
No.
What's the next one? Z? Let's keep it moving.
Oh, okay. Going into the shoot around. Cause we doing
We
stuff.
ain't there yet.
No, we did Bucks talk first. We did Bucks talk first. Isaiah Thomas he didn't play today either. Isaiah Thomas has been signed to a 10-day. Isaiah Thomas has been signed to a 10-day contract with the Phoenix Suns. He didn't play today.
I thought it was their G League team.
He was on a G League team. I think it was Denver's, but they dropped.
He was averaging almost 40 a game.
Yeah, he dropped 40. Then he dropped.
Wow.
Yeah, Marquette ain't no.
Shout out to Marquette, man. Number 2 seed. That is exciting, though.
Hold on a second.
That is
is exciting.
exciting. It won't matter, but that's exciting.
They'll win that first game.
They better.
This is weird. Oh, I think it's because they probably got what's they seed though. What's they seed? 7? Is that 7?
Yeah.
They should have they should have a 7 seed is
Or-
gonna play a 10th seed. So they should have put it out, or unless that tournament is still going on.
Unless that game is still happening. Right. But go ahead.
But yeah, what do you
March
guys-
Madness, baby. This is what
do you
basketball is
think
all about.
What do you think about Isaiah Thomas still trying to resurrect his career?
Resurrect.
Resurrect his career.
Let it go. What is it? Why don't people like him? Because I just remember
He's
him being the man in Boston, his sister passing away.
He's not a good locker room person. That's what I heard.
I don't know.
I also think he's undersized for NBA. I do.
I think
I
that's
think
the
he's
biggest,
really
I think the biggest
undersized.
issue that teams got with him is when he got hurt, he was never the same.
Yeah.
And
true.
and he has not been able to bounce back from that injury, and that's why his career has never resurrected the way he
Do
wanted
you
it to.
think?
Did he play for us for a minute?
No.
And I think
I wanted to assign him.
and I think what killed him the most is what he did for Boston, and they kind of like like dumped on him,
What do you mean they dumped on him?
took a dump on him and passed him on. They didn't pay him because remember, you remember Isaiah? He killed that playoff series.
But he killed it because they got Kyrie. They got Kyrie. The next season they got Kyrie, and after that it was a wrap.
Because he got hurt or something, and he never.
There was no place for you here. I don't know exactly what happened, but there was no place for him there. After that Kyrie signing, that was it. I'm sorry, I'm looking at something else here. But after that Kyrie signing, that was it. I think the thing about, and that's why I kind of brought this up, like Dre said, what makes an NBA player keep trying?
The love of the game.
Love of the check.
The check too.
Because when the money ain't coming in, don't listen. If it ain't coming in, as we saw with Tony Snell, that retirement ain't guaranteed. And if money ain't coming in, even for rich people with slightly larger probably budgets than we have,
you have to maintain
that money goes quick.
You have to maintain it. It's not necessarily
That money
the
goes
money comes.
Because what does a NBA retired check look like?
I guess it depends. It's like every other 401k, I guess. What you put in is what you get out.
And you have to be in the league like 10 years.
I don't know that there's enough. I don't know enough about it. Maybe that'd be my project for the summer is to research the 401k and the pension program. Maybe I can ask a former Buck, a Milwaukee Buck that I know how do NBA pension and retirements work.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of them really go broke after basketball if they're not working. Why do you think they continue to work and do these talk shows and do these TV shows and these podcasts because they need to keep that income coming in. And as you said, people ask me when I got my job promotion and I got a little bump in pay, why did I keep my same lifestyle? Right? Why did I keep my same lifestyle? I said, because you don't want to jump right into something that you may not be able to afford in the future. You could treat yourself, right? You could even splurge a little bit. So Isaiah Thomas probably needs to feed his family.
So you think this is a financial thing?
I'm not saying that. I'm saying it. If it is, I don't blame them because they get paid for G League, not the same kind of money, but they get paid for that.
They do.
So it does. It is based on how you set it up. Because like I'm reading something here. It says Kevin Garnett retired in 2016, but he set up his last deal that he got paid all the way up into 2024, $5 million a year.
Exactly, and that's smart.
And that was a smart.
That's
idea.
smart. Like baseball. What's old boy's name? He hasn't played baseball for 10 years, and he gets paid through I think 2052 or something like that.
Baseball guy?
Yeah, Tone. Who am I talking about? Detroit baseball. No, do call me the N-word. Wow.
No,
but the minimum retirement is $57,000 a year, and that's only if you play 3 years in the NBA.
What if you play 10?
Then it's probably at like 100 and something a year, probably close to 100. I'm gonna guess.
Ooh, good shot. I can see that.
So the baseball player who
So the next
still
question-
gets paid, Bobby Bonilla.
Bobby's still getting paid?
Still getting paid.
It's $195 for 10 years.
He's still getting paid.
There you go.
He was owed $6 million a
And on
year
top of that, the insurance is really good too.
if they get it.
That's what I'm saying. Retirement.
If they get it.
If they get it, it's really good. Really quickly. So now that but here's the question: is he?
Hold up. Bobby Bonilla he took a deferred contract with his teams, and he gets $500,000 a year for 25 years. That's a smart man. That's why, folks.
He did what now?
He took a deferred contract, kind of like Kevin Garnett did, meaning you don't need to pay me all my money up front, spread it out. He gets $500,000 a year for 25 years. You do the math.
That's why you never heard of
5 times 25 is what? That's easy, right? We some mathematicians, but that's 125.
Yeah.
That's $125 million.
I'll take your word for it.
Right?
Would you take that type of deal?
Absolutely.
Of course.
I always said,
I mean,
if
this
I
is why
ever
you don't see him doing nothing.
if I ever won the lottery, I would be the guy that would probably want money in increments.
Oh yeah, that's a smart thing to do.
I would probably want money in increments because I know me, but that money is continuous. The one thing I would have to check is what happens if I die or succumb. Can I designate? Can I put it in a will? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that would be what's up. But yeah, man. And so for Isaiah Thomas,
do you think he can make a difference though?
With Phoenix is already small ball.
That's very true.
They're already small ball. So I don't know that he can make a difference. Not with Phoenix. Too small. But I'm glad he's getting a chance.
My next question is, I'm jumping here.
I feel like we've been here all day. It's only been 56 minutes.
I know. But really quickly, which player would you choose to have an injury-free career? Now, I gave y'all 5 examples. Tracy McGrady, Gilbert Arenas, Derrick Rose, Penny Hardaway, Brandon Roy.
What's the question?
What was the question
The
again?
question is, which NBA player would you choose to have an injury-free career? Like they never got hurt.
If I could choose out of that group.
Not you can choose out of this group, or
Gilbert Arenas didn't get hurt. He got kicked out.
No, he didn't get kicked out.
No,
Yeah, he did.
He actually got to come back. He
got to come
got-
back.
he had a
wasn't
knee
the same.
injury.
He wasn't the same after that.
Well, there's a player that you're missing, but
Who?
go
Jalen
through the
Rose or
names
Derrick
again.
Rose?
No, I'm saying you can pick somebody
Go-
out of this
oh.
group, or you can pick somebody else.
Okay, I got mine.
Who?
Baron Davis. And
Baron Davis.
Baron Davis,
I'm trying to think. I'm sorry.
you had to ask.
He was the one who did the cock back on Golden State when they started winning. again.
Baron Davis
with Steven
was-
Jackson and them. Remember?
Oh, Baron Davis. Go to State.
Baron
Okay, I'm
Davis
sorry.
was the the definition of too explosive. Baron Davis helped damage his body because he was so explosive. If I had to pick a player to be injury free, it would be Baron Davis. Had he not been injured, Steph Curry may not have ever made the Golden State Warriors because the Warriors were almost really, really playoff bound with Baron Davis off and on. But them knees, man,
They were playoffs.
they were, but not deep run
and
playoffs.
remember they won that series because of Baron Davis.
Yeah,
but he
that's
got
what I'm
hurt.
saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I see
Baron
what you're
Davis
saying.
would be my player to be injury free. Oh man.
Kesey,
For me, I like his pick though. I ain't gonna lie.
that's a good
But
pick.
that's one of my favorite players of all time. Is
That's a
Baron
good pick.
Davis.
Baron Davis was a
Baron-
monster.
Baron
bro.
Davis was a whole nother man. That hezzy he had and that man. I'm not even gonna go there.
Tony,
but
you
it-
said Derrick Rose, right? Okay,
But if it
Who also announced his retirement yesterday.
that's not true.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
It's not. It's because somebody reported it and they was like, "It's fake news." Go ahead, Keith.
Oh, this is not a this. Oh, it says Woj, but I don't see the Woj check mark.
that's fake.
Sorry, let me not spread rumors, but Woj, they're using your name in vain.
if it was me, I would say Penny Hardaway.
Purdue with the number 1 seed.
Ooh, that's a good one too.
I'm gonna go with Penny or Tracy McGrady.
Kansas number 4.
I would go.
Them is probably two of my all-time favorites that didn't get to have a career that they wanted because of injuries.
Penny was good, man.
Penny Hardaway, when he was there with Shaq, he was
He would have got Shaq a championship.
The
in-
Magic
in
had the
Orlando.
recipe to be well, but they ran against Mike
I think they would.
and Elijah Wan.
no,
I
they
think-
beat that. Matter of fact, that team beat Mike. Them
They
They
one year.
beat, but they got swept the following year
Yeah.
by Mike. Tell the whole story.
You knew that was coming. You knew. it
But
was
Penny
coming.
was hurt.
Not that
And-
year
and-
against Mike.
yes,
No,
he
he
was.
what? No, he
Penny,
wasn't.
Penny got hurt at the end of that season. They beat Mike them, and he was never the same.
Mm.
Look it up, because you want me to tell you how I know? Because I just got done watching that on YouTube. They had a video on that, because somebody else was talking about Penny Hardaway. It was like Shaq. It was Shaq. He said if Penny never got hurt,
Mm.
they'd have multiple rings.
Penny was a baller. I like Penny.
Are you
Actually,
saying-
that
are you
Orlando
saying-
team was really good.
Are you saying
Dennis
Penny
Scott.
has a ring?
Penny don't get hurt, he got a ring.
I would agree with that.
I'm gonna go.
Penny
agree
Hardaway
with that.
he was 6'9" point guard.
They had Penny, they had
Well-
Horace Grant, they had Dennis Scott, they had Scott Skiles. The Orlando Magic had a recipe to win, but they ran against Michael and they got swept by Elijah Wan, the player who you said wasn't a poster. They got
I
swept by.
said he wasn't. Hey, what did I say he
You
was?
said he wasn't he wasn't the
Well,
face.
He wasn't the face of the league.
He was the face.
He was
2
one
years
of
in a
the
row.
face of the league.
He was the face 2 years
I
in a row.
stand by that.
He was the face 2 years in a row.
Stand by that.
You
He
can
was the
stand
face of the
by it,
league.
but you're wrong. But go ahead.
No, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. I thought about this. I think that I'm going. When I say this answer, I'm going by players who I think would have won a ring. Now, a lot of people do say Derrick Rose. I'm saying Derrick Rose wouldn't have got a ring.
I would agree because you had to pay LeBron.
He had to play LeBron.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Grant Hill.
Okay.
I like that one.
Okay.
Grant Hill. I think he would want. I think he was on his way. Who was that? Who was that? Jordan was on their way out. Grant Hill was on his way in. And if his knees wasn't getting, if he wasn't getting hurt,
It was them ankles. It
the
wasn't these.
ankles. All I know is that he would have won a championship. He'd eventually won a championship.
I like that one, but Grant Hill was never one of my favorites for some reason. I don't know
I didn't
what
like
it
him
was.
because he went to Duke.
I didn't
He was
like
Duke. I
him.
like
I think that's what it was.
He was
People,
the Duke. I ain't like
people compared him to Jordan too much for me. Like he was highly regarded as the next Jordan.
Hey,
Hey, I ain't
Yeah.
gonna lie. You couldn't guard Hill back when he wasn't hurt.
yeah, you couldn't.
You couldn't guard
Jordan
him.
couldn't guard him.
Nobody could guard him back
I'm
then.
sorry. I'm sorry. Dre.
I'm serious.
I'm sorry. It was.
He was a
He
problem.
was on their way out. He was on their way out.
but he still wasn't my favorite.
He went to Duke. That's why. That's the
T-Mac
reason why.
and, T-Mac and Penny Hardaway.
I want to say. I was gonna say T-Mac. Then I was like, I don't think T-Mac would have won a championship.
You forgot he was the one who scored 20 points in 17 seconds.
He did, and he had Kobe number low key. Low key, he had Kobe number.
Who did?
T-Mac. T-Mac had Kobe number.
T-Mac. That's a whole nother. I don't want to get on it.
I'm just saying he
You
had,
take
he had
away
Kobe
the
number.
dunks. What had, in the 11 points in 12 seconds or whatever. What has T-Mac done for the game of basketball?
Absolutely nothing. But the
Okay.
point of
What do you mean? What has
this.
he done for the game of basketball?
the fact that he's talked and celebrated so much is beyond me. I don't get it.
Go watch his. Go.
I watched him play. I went to games. He is another player that is somewhat explosive. But what did he do for the game of basketball?
Nothing.
He played the game.
But he didn't change it, right? He's not a top 75 greatest player.
Because of injuries. That's what we talking about.
But even when he played,
Penny Hardaway ain't either.
Even when he played, even when he
You see what I'm
played,
saying? If injuries don't happen, then they would be.
even when he played, Tracy McGrady still wasn't a
He
top
was
guy.
He was a problem.
He wasn't a top guy.
He was a problem.
He was always on bad.
He was
teams.
in Yao Ming's shadow, Casey.
He was always on bad teams.
He was in Yao Ming's shadow. Come on, man. He was in Vince Carter's shadow. Am I lying? He was in the shadow.
I'm not saying
He was the Scottie Pippen,
it's
and
a
that's
hot
okay
take.
to be Scottie.
It's a hot take.
He was okay to be Scottie.
He's in Vince Carter's
He was
shadow.
Scottie.
He was in
He
Yao Ming's
he
shadow.
came into Toronto after Vince Carter, and they shipped Vince Carter out to keep him.
That's it.
Ooh, that's a hot take.
Until he started mouth shotting everybody.
Mouth
Until he
shot,
started
that's
mouth
tough.
shotting everybody.
Tracy McGrady is an
Oh, I
extremely
picked the first four. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
he's an extremely talented player.
He was mouth shotting everybody for a 5 or 6 year stretch before he got hurt.
Wow. North Carolina got the one.
I know they would. They a good team this year. They beat Duke twice. They won their tournament.
Let's go, MJ team.
Who?
Jordan, he
Oh, yeah,
sponsors
North
him. Come on, bro. Know something about him. He graduated from North Carolina. From North Carolina.
Just because you're
My
a Super Jordan fan, I gotta be a Super Jordan fan too.
Jordan.
All right. That's a hot take. That's a hot take, Dre. That's a hot take.
Thank you, man. I
That's a
appreciate
hot
it.
take. It's not that. It's not that hot. It's not that hot, Dre. It's not that hot.
It's hot.
Okay.
That's the point we were just talking about. Without the injuries, they would be.
He said, I really like your hat.
Grant
don't
Hill
know.
is a real. He could have been
I said, I like your hat.
a 75 greatest if he don't get hurt.
I can see that.
Derrick Rose, he don't get hurt. He's a 75 greatest.
I low key think
Kyrie doesn't talk trash. He's a 75 grader.
Yeah.
If fifth was a fifth, y'all both be drunk because you know I'm drinking water. So it doesn't matter. He's not. He's not.
A little bit, but is it true?
It's facts.
Ooh.
Tracy
Kinda-
McGrady
it's
played
kinda-
a small
It's
forward.
kind of disrespectful.
He played a small
Shooting
forward.
guard, small forward.
Shooting guard, small forward. Even when he was healthy, I can give you 10 better than him.
Oh,
Whoa.
Now you smoking.
Shooting and what else?
small forward.
Okay. Scottie Pippen.
They didn't play in the same era.
They did.
They did.
They did. He was way out.
Pippen and them was done when
Okay.
he came in.
What year
Pippen
he
and them
coming?
was done.
We're talking about Tracy McGrady. McGrady was
Look,
drafted. Keith, you're the McGrady
97,
guy.
98.
Look here.
I'm finna look right now. Here it is, right here. He got in.
McGrady was good. I'm not
97.
97. The
Jordan
Bulls
was
won
on.
in 96, 97, and 98.
Ooh.
I said they was on their way out.
I
Okay.
said too.
So anyway,
That's the thing. That's the thing.
no matter. Scottie Pippen, Michael Jordan,
I'll take
Kobe Bryant,
Woo!
Vince Carter.
Woo!
Okay, that's 6 right there. Okay, that's 6 right there. My man's from
What did Vince Carter ever do for the game besides dunk? Now speak upon that. Since you want to bring up Vince, what has Vince Carter done for the game besides dunk?
He is a,
I've
he
said that
is
too.
going-
All he did was
he's a Hall of Famer.
I've said that too. I've
all he
said that
did
too.
was dunk.
He's a Hall of Famer.
He never had a consistent jumper.
And
somebody did
everybody
that
in the
before-
gym
And
went
somebody
crazy.
did that before him,
And he jumped over that dude in the Olympics. He jumped over that dude.
and that's it.
Kevin Garnett. Well, you said keep naming people.
That's a small forward. He's not a small forward.
Okay, fine.
You pointed.
Let's see here. Gary Payton.
No,
Different
The
position.
glove.
Different
You
position.
said guard.
Different
That's a
position.
different position.
Okay,
different
fine.
position,
Guard.
and they different eras.
Fine. They played.
No, the Great Payton.
GC.
Gary Payton was on his way out.
GC.
In 90
GC.
That's when the Bucks had him when he was trash.
No, that's when he was
Watch
in
this.
Seattle.
Watch this.
Was
Watch
it?
this. Jeff Hornacek. No, I'm just kidding.
No, what's the other name he used?
Deadlift Shrimp.
Deadlift Shrimp.
That's what I said.
First of all, Deadlift Shrimp. Hey, he was in Seattle. That's when Seattle was Seattle. It was GP. Peyton.
Allen Iverson.
Different position. Ooh.
Sean. No, I wasn't gonna say Sean Kemp.
That's a different position.
Allen Iverson was a shooting guard.
But
He said shooting guard.
I talking about Sean Kemp.
I will give you one. What about Eddie Jones? Would you have taken Eddie Jones' career over Tracy McGrady's?
He was the champion.
Would you have taken Eddie Jones' career over Tracy McGrady's?
He's the champion.
No, because he let the Mamba take him out of his spot.
Mamba earned that.
The rookie Mamba who was airballing shots took your spot?
No, he didn't take it that year. He took it the year after. No, he took like 2 years after.
No,
No.
the year that year.
So
no,
anyway,
it wasn't that year.
Tracy McGrady is a great talent to the game of
Eddie went
basketball.
to the bench. That's why Kobe got the minutes.
It's
Did he-
unfortunate that his injury would not allow us to see all that he could offer to basketball. I'll leave it at that. Take us home.
What else I got here? Okay. Really?
What's Gonzaga's rating? Really? Gonzaga typically goes hard in the tournament too. They're in.
I sent this.
They're
to,
playing McNeese. So Gonzaga got the 5. Yeah, Gonzaga could win their bracket.
Okay, so here we go. This is just some stuff I've seen on the internet I thought was interesting. Are these the best player in the league right now? And if not, who you taking out and who you replacing it with? That's the number one question. And the second question is, in what order are these guys?
What was Grambling record?
Who?
I'm
The
talking about-
HBCU. They're HBCU. They're
I
in.
don't know what their record is.
They got first 4. How?
But that's not a good thing.
That means you get in the tournament. That's what those open spots is for.
Yeah.
That's where they go.
So they have to play.
Yeah, they have to play to get in that spot.
Yeah,
they're-
Like for each bracket,
They're,
each-
all these
I
teams
see what
are
you're saying.
bottom. These are bottom.
Yeah. It's the winners out of those games.
Oh, okay.
So I need to go get my cable back for this week. Is that what we're saying? I need to get my cable
him.
back.
I'm so.
I'm so
Hey,
sick of
you
him.
know the best news of this week. I know this is solely off. No, this is off topic, but this is the best news that I've seen.
Or
all
buy
week.
YouTube. You get YouTube TV free for a
What's the
month.
call? It?
Do
What's
it
the
now.
call? It getting canceled?
Sure do. What's getting canceled?
Power.
But you know what? Power's not getting canceled. It's so here's the thing.
Book 2.
It's
is
book
getting
2.
canceled.
Power had 10 seasons because book 2 is a direct spin-off of Power. That's it. It had
Well,
10
it's
seasons.
no more continuing.
Well, here's the thing.
So
I
this has been
wonder.
another good episode of 94 Feet Podcast.
Hold up. Hold up.
sorry.
now we
I
all
wonder-
all way y'all talking.
I wonder if Ghost is even dead now, and if Tyreek's
okay,
gonna
all
wake.
right. You know what? This is my fault.
Hold
I'm
up,
sorry.
hold up.
I'm sorry.
Because Tyreek might wake up from a dream. Because you know what? In the preview, he had the same suit on, and he was in Ghost nightclub.
Okay, this is my fault. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. This is my
I'm
fault.
serious. You
We-
can't.
we
But
not-
what I will say, 50 Cent in stars. You're ending Power,
Uh-huh.
but BMF got renewed.
Yeah.
Plus, take into consideration the main character who BMF is based upon
He finna get out of jail.
is getting out of jail next year.
So you can tell it from his perspective.
Exactly.
Okay. But there's also an announcement of a Power prequel that's going to be centered
Yeah,
around
origin story.
Ghost and Tommy before they got big. So, and allegedly, rumor says that Amari Hardy? Amari, dude that play Ghost and dude that plays Tommy will be cast in those roles. That's what the Power universe wants.
So this
I
is,
guess.
this is my fault for bringing it up. I'm
Yes,
sorry.
it is.
It is. I'm sorry.
Get us out of
It's
here.
my fault.
Oh, wait. So y'all can talk about everything under the sun, and I
Whoa,
can't use 3
hold on,
minutes
hold
of
on. What
power
we talking about? Go ahead. What we talking about?
because finally,
Exactly. Exactly.
who do you like in the NCAA tournament? Before we wrap it up,
yeah,
who do you like to win it, or do you want to do Final Four? Tone, put the bracket back up for us, please.
Yeah,
We got time, man. We ain't even got the first 4 to even have their games yet.
Are you so next week? What we'll do is we'll do a bracket next week.
Well, it'll be too late because the games start Wednesday.
but we can still do a bracket.
But that's the first four.
No, the first of those that haven't made it will make it. So
But I'm saying, Kesey's saying, when do they play?
they start
21st.
Wednesday. The tournament starts Wednesday. So this is what I'm going to say. I'm going to go on a limb this year,
That all the first 4 out is a 20.
and I got UConn winning it all. They're number 1.
You got one. You got UConn winning it all.
I got UConn facing off against Houston in the finals. I do believe Purdue can make some noise.
I got Alabama, Houston finals.
You got Alabama. Where they coming out of? The East?
Yep.
And they're ranked what, 4 or 6?
I got UConn, Purdue.
UConn, Purdue. I got UConn in Houston.
I think I got UConn in Houston too. I don't see nobody in Houston really beating them.
You know what? I'm gonna say UConn, Kentucky.
I was thinking Kentucky, but I think Purdue got Kentucky.
I
Kentucky
don't think
and
so.
Denver will disappoint you. I'm sorry, Kentucky and Duke will disappoint you every year.
It's facts.
Every year they bust a bracket.
Purdue is going
Every
to definitely.
Not when they
Purdue
had
is definitely. Yeah, back in
Back in what?
98.
10, Cat ain't that old.
The only person
Is it?
Purdue set to go up against that I would say would stop them from making it
Gonzaga.
would be either
Kansas.
or Gonzaga.
Yep.
But Alabama got a sweet path. If they get past North Carolina,
They're not gonna get past
Arizona.
Arizona.
Ooh,
Arizona's a
Arizona's
hitter.
They're not gonna get past Arizona.
So who's in the play-in? Let's look at the play-in.
but Arizona got to get past Baylor.
Scroll down.
The
The
first 4
play-in.
out.
They got-
really are
The play-in teams has 4. Let's shout this out first and foremost.
Really quickly.
The play-in has
Howard and Grambling. Shout out to them.
shout out to three HBCUs:
Oh,
Howard, Grambling, and
Grambling.
Boise State.
Boise State is not a beat. Is not an HBCU.
So you're debating with a
they're
college
not an HBCU.
professional
They are. They are.
that
Boise State?
Yeah.
No.
Aren't they?
No.
Are you sure? Oh, so we can wait to find out. What's the internet for?
No.
yes, they are.
No, they're not.
You might be right. I
No,
apologize.
Boise State ain't.
I stand corrected.
No.
They're not an HBCU.
Yeah, I didn't think they were.
My man, you pay attention. They're a public
How
institution.
did Colorado get in?
They're not in yet. They're in the play-in.
I'm just saying, how they get to the play-in?
They solid.
Well, here's the thing. They're number 10. You should be asking how a number 10 didn't get in, but a number 15 did.
They won their thing. They won their tournament.
They won
a
a tournament? St. Peter's won their tournament?
Yeah.
Okay. So Grambling and Howard, shout out for making it
Shout out
a
to
HBCU team.
HBCU.
They're going to get destroyed.
And shout
but-
out to Colorado for making it probably ups to prime time.
Dude, did you, speaking of that,
You see the enrollment?
68,000 applications for college.
Hey, look,
Just for the
Deion
prime time.
and them gonna have a losing season again, but they're gonna be lit.
Deion's team is Deion Center is a walking stimulus package.
And it's lit.
I'll tell you this. He's going to get more talent and they'll get better.
They will.
Now,
I
they weren't
guarantee
good
terrible
next year.
last
They didn't have a good.
They were horrible last year.
Too much Hollywood. They started 4-0, but then that ended quickly. They got
Was it two? No, it was 2-0.
they started 4-0.
And then they went downhill. From
Then they
there.
went downhill from there because they played real teams.
They got to get some real players.
Bro, they had The Rock bringing them out the tunnel. They had Snoop Dogg bringing
it
them
was
out.
lit.
It
It's
was-
lit
it was
over
a big
there.
old party. And then one of the coaches said, Hollywood's not going to win this game. And they put 57 on Colorado. Shout out to Deion and his
But yeah,
family.
shout out to them. But I think I am gonna go. I don't believe in Purdue. I don't believe in Purdue. I'm sorry, I don't. And North Carolina, I don't believe in them. So I am going UConn, and I'm going Houston. I feel like Houston gonna lose, but I just don't know to who.
My final four is Bama, Arizona. I like Alabama though.
You like
I
Alabama?
like Alabama.
You said Final Four.
For
I'm going to go Purdue.
You gotta remember it's
I'm going to go
I'm talking about
Houston.
from this bracket, this side.
I'm going UConn.
Yeah, the Elite Eight. I should have said.
And I'm going North Carolina. That's my final four. Gonzaga, North Carolina, Houston, and UConn. I got UConn winning it all. I think this is the year where all the number one seeds, because I've been watching all season, and the number one teams have not lost many games, nor have they been upset
They
this
have
season.
been upset.
Not a lot.
Do you know who beat Purdue?
What? Who?
Wisconsin beat Purdue.
But that was in a tournament game, not a regular season game.
That makes it worse.
No, it
Thank
doesn't.
you. Yeah, it does.
Because
No, it
that's the Big
doesn't.
Ten tournament champions.
They barely beat them.
But they beat them.
I got Purdue in the Final Four. You want to do a bracket? Should we do a bracket? The four of us?
If you want.
We can do it.
$20 a piece? $20 a
Not yet.
piece?
Not until they
We
get
could do it
the-
on CBS.
No, we gotta wait till after the first four.
We got to wait until
Okay,
after
hold on a
Tuesday.
second. See, right there, it says it right there. So the first four played the 19th and the 20th, and the season starts the 21st. So we still have time. Oh, that's a Thursday.
Monday, Wednesday. The tournament starts Thursday.
I need to find out where some of these games are. Because I'll be in Vegas next week while some of this is going on. So if they
Ooh.
playing in Vegas, I
Vegas.
know where I'm gonna be at about 8 hours.
That's what's up.
And
Because they charge like $100 for a day pass.
That's all you did was that.
That's not bad.
That's
Not
not
bad.
bad.
Not bad.
It's like one something though. I ain't gonna lie.
but
I
yeah,
went
so
to the one where we had it down here when it was the Bradley Center.
next week,
It was dope though.
we'll bring in our brackets.
Are we down here yet?
I'm not here next
That's
week.
right. He's in Vegas.
Oh, we not here next week?
No.
Oh,
Well, when do you leave? Let's talk offline.
yeah,
Take us
we'll
home,
talk.
Zeke.
Yeah, we'll talk offline. We'll see what we can work out. This has been another episode, another crazy episode of 94 Feet Podcast. You can catch us on all. Oh, I'm sorry. This has been another episode of 94 Feet Podcast. I'd like to thank my brothers Dre.
It's always good to be with the brothers and the wonderful listeners of the pod.
Thanks, Kesey.
It's been another good one, good people.
This is your boy Big Z. You can catch us on all social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. You can catch you can catch us on. You can listen to us on all streaming platforms: Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Spreaker, SoundCloud. Agree with us?
Probably not.
This 94 Feet Podcast. Peace.